Good morning. Our group is formed by Aina Vidal, Carlos Castillo and Paula Hernandez, and today we will talk about the sequence we made basing the knowledge of art, but introducing English as the main language. The sequence will be implemented in third course of primary, and now I will read the dimensions and competencies we will work on, and this is a resource that we find it in our national curriculum. Dimensió, imaginació, creativitat, and we will provide to the students competence 8, que diu, that it says, improvisar i crear amb els elements i recursos bàsics dels diferents llenguatges artístics. Dimension, percepció, comprensió i valoració. Above all, competence 1, que diu mostrar vista, percepció i conscient de la realitat visual i sonora de l'entorn natural i cultural. I and the contents and objectives that we will work on will be imagination and creativity in expression and communication in artistic field, interest, valoration and respect for the students' productions and the others, satisfaction and statistical emotion, how to develop the influence and function in this artistic work, the different techniques from the artists that they have learned before, the relation within art, society, culture and religion, and the art original, something to give to the students the opportunity to develop their own emotions, feelings, without fear of being wrong. The main language we will use will be the vocabulary, the technique of dripping that Jackson Pollock, the author of this sequence, studies. The paint, skirt, and in the activity of painting the school grounds, they will use present simple as the structure. Okay, now I will talk about the first activity that consists of the pre-task. The objectives that we will focus on are identify and verbalize with the accurate terminology in these art possibilities, and show respect to our own productions and the others. The material that we will provide to our students is a KPSI, knowledge, prior and study inventory. So this consists of giving to them a guide to know in which point of knowledge are them. With this material we can know, as I was saying, this KPSY will give us the point where our students are to know what do we have to teach afterwards. Then we will introduce the activities that they will do in the sequence, and we will give them or explain the objectives that the required objectives, and this will be individual work, and the time will be 1 hour.
Well, I'm Carlos. I'm going to talk about our task. Our task consists of an excursion that we will do in the forest near of the school. We will think it's contextualized, and the children will discover the nature, what exists near of them. The objective of the task, what I'm going to read, are identify and verbalize with the accurate terminology the visual art possibilities and show respect and responsibility in the collaborative work when we participate in the group projects. In this activity, how I said, we will go to the natural environment as an approach to find different materials to use afterwards in their productions and contextualization their experience. The interaction in this activity is in whole group. We think it's a very positive opportunity to make strong our personal relationships because we will do the excursion in the morning and will last 3 hours. Also, we think it's a big opportunity to transmit our children the necessary values what we need when we go to the forest. That values are respect, the importance of recycling, and love environment. The materials what we need will be the same one that pick up the children, for example, stones or leaves.
Hello, I'm Aina and I'm going to talk about the post-task. The post-task have two objectives and I'm going to read it because that will be more accurate and more detailed. The first one is identify and verbalize with the accurate terminology the visual art possibilities, and the second one will be show respect and responsibility in the collaborative work when we participate in the group projects. These two objectives are in the two pre-task and task as well because are two objectives that includes all the sequence. In this activity, our students will decorate their white gowns with techniques that used to use photo, and these techniques are what we learn during the sequencing and we will apply it in this part of the task. This is a motivational activity for the students because they are applying everything that they will learn, that they were learning before, and it's a practice activity. We will use some materials, we will use paints, we will use tools for paint, we will use everything that we recollect in the nature activity, and we will use textile paints because we will paint our white ground. So it's very motivational for them, and in the final part of the process learning, in the second part of this activity, our students will do a observational guide and we'll do it in pair. So they are going to take a peer assessment. This will consist in a paper with some... to do this peer assessment, they will have a paper with an items that we will decide collectively, and they will have a white paper with an items that we decided together before, and these items will be the things that they have to observe to his or her pair. So at the final of the painting, they will have a conversation about these items, and they will mark if they have do it these items or not. And finally, this peer assessment will arrive to the teacher, and the teacher will have this assessment, and they have the observation for the students to evaluate them. Now I'm going to talk about the skills. The skills that our students will work in the pre-task are reading because of the KPCI. In the KPCI will be some items, and our students have to read these items to develop the capacity, so they have to practice reading, and they have to practice listening as well because the teacher will explain all the activity and all the process of all the tasks, and they have to listen it and they have to comprehend it because they have to do it after. So in the task they will practice speaking because during the excursion when they were when they will recollect the material, they have to speak in English, and this means that they have to have conversations with their equals during the recollecting. And at the final of the recollect, they will show everything that they take, and they will have to explain what's that and for what can they use that. So they are going to talk about this in English, and this means that they will practice the speaking during the task, and during the post-task they will practice the skill of reading, because they will have an observational guide, and there will be some items, and these items will have to be read to can mark if they take it or not, and they will practice the skill of speaking, because they will speak. They will have to speak what they mark. So during the post task they will practice the reading and the speaking. Now we are going to show our template that includes everything that we have to take care during the developing of our task cycle. This template includes the context, the objectives, the contents of these objectives, and the develop of pre-task, task, and post-task. Finally, I'm going to talk about interaction. Our students will have a lot of interaction during this task cycle, because they have speaking conversations and they have assessment peer, and with these two methods and some other methods that we use in the cycle, in the task cycle, they will interact between them, and they will develop the interaction. So it's important to take care about our students speaking in English. Like at our classes with Natalie, we have to speak English, because if we don't prove and if we don't try, we will never develop this skill. So it's important to have an interaction, and it's because of this that we include interaction methods in our sequence.